Evening everybody, Rich here, back for another Minecraft ship preview video, and this is the RMS Majestic, formerly the German liner SS Bismarck, and also later on named as the SS Caledonia, but the version we're working on, or looking at, is the Majestic, voted for by you on my channel. I did a poll late last year, and this is what was voted for, and this is what I've come up with. It's not quite finished, I've still got to add a few more bits to it, but just spent the afternoon tidying up some loose ends and a quick fly around the ship. And yeah, it's originally the Bismarck, but was acquisitioned by the British after most of our ships were sunk, and was renamed the Majestic, and at the end of her career was renamed the Caledonia as I think it was a training ship. Don't quote me on that one, but we'll just have a quick fly around the ship anyway. I will point out there are issues with the ship. I mean, it's not strictly accurate to the real thing because there's virtually no deck plans available of this ship. So I've had, well, not so much making things up, but I had to sort of use models as a reference rather than photographs because there's virtually nothing available of this ship, whether it be the Majestic or the Bismarck or the later Caledonia. But I soldiered on, and this is what we come up with, and they don't look too bad. But a tutorial will be available as well. Like I said, you voted for this thing, so a tutorial will come, and hopefully I shall commence the tutorial on Monday the 29th of January, so that's a week from now, so I should be able to get this thing up and running by then, and we shall crack on with that one. So I have borrowed a few parts from the Titanic in the distance. We just finished the tutorial for that, but the funnels are a straight copy from that. Also, some of the sections of the bow are the same as well, so the funnels may be redesigned prior to the tutorial beginning, but that's really the only things that I've borrowed, and the propellers as well, but they're the only things that have really been borrowed from the other ship. So quick fly around the front end again, so we've got all the lifeboats on the bow there, and all looking nice and neat. There's no rigging as well, as you can tell. The rigging is a pain in the backside to add, so I've just left it sort of naked. There's no crow's nest either, so that's another detail to add. There's no pendants either, no flags. So yeah, a few areas missing. Also, the window layouts are the same as my usual design. You know, sort of set of windows, a door, set of windows, door. So a quick fly over the top. So we've got the big glass dome there. Superstructure there. The superstructure is quite basic, to be honest. I think there should be a few more windows and things added to it, but judging by the models and the pictures that I have seen, there's not a lot of things to add there. The lifeboats are also quite restricted as well. There's not a lot of lifeboats on the top deck, on the boat deck, but there are lifeboats down underneath, so not restricted too much. And also, I've made quite an effort with this one, with the stern, because the stern detailing is quite a feat for me. I mean, this is the first time I've actually gone ahead and done a stern like this, because usually I sort of skimp around it and make it sort of a very basic design, but I managed to sort of do that, as you can see, and I'm quite proud of that. It's not perfect, there are issues with it, but you know, it'll do for what it is. And I'll also try and incorporate that into the Mauritania as well, because Mauritania will be the next one after this, and that was put up to public vote as well, so Mauritania will follow in about a month or two's time. I have started it. I've got the front end done at the moment, and I can't remember where it is. I think it's the other side of Titanic, so I shall have to dig it out, but I shall try and incorporate that same design into the Mauritania stern, and everything should be fine. And that's that. So once again, though, this is going to be just an externals only ship. There'll be no interiors, probably because there's virtually no detailing of the ship. Well, you know, no details of the ship, no deck plans or anything. So once again, the internals are just going to be left empty. Pardon me, and yeah. So that's going to be that. Also, there may be some changes to the bow as well. I mean, I did say I have copied most of it from the Titanic, so it may be straightened out a bit more, but we'll have to wait and see for that one. Overall, the ship is about, I'm not sure, about 4 to 8 blocks wider than the Titanic over there. So I'm trying to keep it within scale of each other. So from now on, I'm sort of working each ship in a sort, well, every ship in the same scale, if you know what I mean. The Titanic over there, if you remember, is 63% bigger than the real ship, so that's the scale I'm working on. So the Majestic here is roughly in that ballpark. Although lengthwise, the ship is only about 10 blocks longer than the Titanic, so it may be a bit of an issue there. But all in all, it is roughly all in scale, so don't worry too much about that. And the superstructure wise, I mean, looking at it from here, is very similar to the Titanic, but just a bit taller, I think. Judging by the way the superstructure is laid out, is a bit taller. Wow, huge lag spike. Anyway, that is the Majestic. I'm not sure about updates for it later on. I mean, there were 3 versions of this ship. There was, of course, the Bismarck, where it began its life. Majestic, which is this one, and also later on the Caledonia, where the funnels and masts were shortened. But I don't think there really be any point for conversion videos for this one. So we'll leave it as just the one for now. We'll have a quick fly around the bridge. I mean, the bridge is fairly basic, as you can see. You've got the wheelhouse in there, and it's just a straight wall at the back, but overall you've got a good view up here, looking over the lifeboats. Like I said, the crow's nest is still to be added. There's a few vents and things to be added along the tops as well, so still plenty of detailing to add. And the funnels may be redesigned as well, but I'll have to wait and see on that one. So don't get too shirty on that one. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it though. So we'll have a quick fly around the stern again, because I mean, I'm quite impressed with that. So we'll have a quick look at the detailing on the stern. Got the lifeboats on the back end there, got a stack of lifeboats on the back. There should be more lifeboats in this area, but I couldn't fit them on because I put the staircases in the wrong place. So that will probably be redesigned as well later on. So the staircases probably be moved back and the lifeboats moved forward, and then we can get them all on there. So that's one issue that I've taken note of. But once again, have a quick look underneath, and the overall shape of the stern is fairly basic. I mean, the Titanic, I did put a lot of effort into that, but this one is more. It's still complex, but more simplistic. It's not quite as an arseache as the last one was, but you know, it's how you interpret it, really. I mean, if you can follow the instructions, then you're doing all right. But quick look around the stern. Of course, 4 propellers, and yeah, I think we can call it at that. So that's the Majestic. Like I said, tutorial will commence on the 29th of January 2018, that is, and it should go on for 2 weeks. There may be a break in the middle depending what family things I got going on, so there may be a week of tutorial and then a week off and then back for another week of tutorial. It depends how things plan out. I don't know what the holiday situation is at the moment, or vacation, depending on where you're watching this from. So I'll definitely get this thing started on the 29th, and we'll go from there. So we'll see how this goes. So maybe 10 parts to this one, like the Titanic was, but we'll wait and see on that one. But anyway, this is Rich signing off, logging off and disappearing, and I shall return with another video as and when. So bye for now.